Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Brandy and I am back with another video. And in today's video we're going to be talking about sugar daddy allowances. So I previously made a video like this in the past, basically talking about how you can ask for allowances, how can you boost your allowances and things like that. So pretty much I'm going to do an updated version of how, when it comes down to the arrangement and allowances. This topic is one of the most frequent asked questions in my DMs. I think I wanted to clarify a little bit more that I did not clarify in the video, and I wanted to give you guys just a more updated version. I think when I made that video was like almost a year ago, so obviously I feel like I have changed a lot, my needs have changed a lot, and I feel like a lot of you guys can probably benefit more from certain ways to ask for things versus others that I did mention in the old video. Granted, that does mean that a lot of things I said in my past video could still be relevant today, so I think you guys should really check that out. But before we get started, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. If you have not already, go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell notification, and also welcome to all my new followers. It's been a little minute since I last uploaded I think it's been almost a month since I last uploaded my last video, but I want to say welcome to the family. You know it's all love over here. Also, if you guys would do me a favor, go ahead and give me a nice friendly follow on Instagram at _thebrandystraight_. Also, that will be linked in the description box below. And go ahead, and if you guys have any questions, I always tell people this, go ahead and you guys can ask me in my DMs on Instagram. I will try to get back to you in a decent time. If you have to, leave a comment down below, let me know what you guys think. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. Okay, so when it comes down to sugar daddy allowances, I feel like a lot of us, especially the beginners, get a little confused. So we really don't know what to say, what to ask for, and I think the best advice that I can give is to know what you want before you get into the game. Everyone, I think most people just think it's all about the bags, the money, and things like that. I mean, if people who are in sugaring are all in sugaring for different reasons. Some people are in it for experiences. Could be mostly just having fine dining experiences, or just getting out and meeting people, or having someone to actually do things with that has a little bit more money. Some people are in sugaring for designer items. Some people are in sugaring for money. Some people are in it for additional income. Some people are even in it for mentorship. It comes down to allowances. A lot of people typically think that it's the harder thing to negotiate, and it really should not be the hardest thing to negotiate. You just gotta know what you want and then put it on the table. For instance, I am not a huge fan of allowance-based sugaring. I have been in allowance-based arrangement before. It hasn't really ended. I can't say it truly ended, but it's just a lot. Let's just put it that way. So pretty much when you're in allowance based, you're supposed to come up with a set amount of what you need every month. Typically that's how it goes. Now, if you're dealing with the real sugar daddy, the sugar daddy will pretty much have a plan for the month. If you're with a salt daddy or wannabe sugar daddy, then you're going to hear a lot more about sex. And I think this is what a lot of you guys think about, like, oh, do I have to have sex with them in order to get the allowance? Okay, listen. I can't tell you what to do. I have said on my channel multiple times. That I do not condone. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. So if you're okay with that, okay. If you're not okay with that, then don't do it. I'm not going to condone or tell you that you have to because you'll get more money, because that's not true. An arrangement should be more so mutually beneficial. So that means that his needs are met and your needs are met. Like, you have to negotiate yourself. Like, if you know you're not down for the sex, don't do it. If he's saying that I will not give you X, Y, and Z without this in return, and you're like, well, that's not what I wanted, that's not what I'm looking for, I'm telling you, sis, there's someone out there that will. They truly understand. A lot of men put sex out there a lot more when it comes to arrangements and allowances, because they feel like, well, if I'm paying you a month, I'm not need to be getting X, Y, and Z in return. But a lot of them fail to realize when it comes to sex that a woman, I feel like, would do more if she's not pressured to do it in the beginning. You know what I mean? So I feel like it should just be like a mutually beneficial arrangement. So if you feel like sex is something that you're lacking and you wouldn't mind getting it from a potential sugar daddy, then go for it. But I'm not saying that you have to do that in order to have a successful arrangement and to get an allowance. I'm just putting that out there as a disclaimer. I feel like a lot of things get misconstrued in this industry. You do not have to have an allowance to call yourself a sugar baby. So I think a lot of you guys, you're in the beginning stages and you're like going into it and you're like, okay, well, I want to have a set arrangement. A lot of us cannot keep up an actual arrangement with an allowance. I feel like when it comes down to the allowance and someone's giving you the money, you have to do X, Y, and Z around these set times of the month or the week or whatever. So if you're a busy person and you know that you cannot keep up, let alone with doing something a certain amount of times a week or a month, then I wouldn't even try to have an actual arrangement with an allowance, because it's like they're giving you the money, just hold up your end of the deal, right? Because you're not giving them the money. So y'all, I had to fix my camera. It was just giving me a lot of issues. Okay, so back to what I was talking about. When it comes to allowances, it's a lot more than just you getting the money. You do have to keep up your end of the deal, or at least that's what I would say. If you're gonna be in this lifestyle and want longevity of the lifestyle, don't be grimy. Like, don't finesse and things like that. True. Here's a little pro tip for you. When getting introduced into this lifestyle, if anyone ever gets into your DMs offering you an arrangement or an allowance without meeting you first, two things that I've learned about that. One is usually a scam, or two, they're usually a pay per meet. Oh, and three, let's add a third one, they just want sex. No real sugar daddy is going to come up with an arrangement without seeing you first. Do not fall victim. Do not fall victim. And now we're going to talk a little bit deeper into the base of the allowance. So like I said earlier, you have to figure out what exactly you want. Every arrangement is different. My arrangement is going to be different from someone else's arrangement. My allowance is going to be different from someone else's allowance. It's just how it is. That's how the world works in a lot of ways. So the best advice I can give you guys is to truly figure out what you want and why you're sugaring. In almost all of my videos, I always tell you guys that you got to have yourself together first before you get into this game. This is not a joke. I feel like a lot of people have completely tainted the sugaring world, and a lot of people have made it into more of a finesse scam game than the true sugar baby, sugar daddy relationship. Like, no one's truly genuine about it anymore. It's more so just about who can get what first and fastest. And I feel like that's just the problem. So when you're thinking allowances, ask yourself, why? Do you want someone to pay your rent? Do you want someone to help pay the car payment? Do you want someone to help you with groceries? Figure out why exactly you feel like you need the allowance. And how much do you think you deserve a month? Yes, I said deserve. It feels amazing to have someone pay your bills or contribute to paying your bills. But you have to understand that just because your sugar daddy is contributing to some bills or contributing to some things, doesn't mean it's going to last forever. It goes to my maintenance. So yes, I can pay bills. Yes, I can do certain things. But in that specific situation, it goes to my maintenance. I don't like for people to be in control of my bills. I would never have my sugar daddy put a vehicle in my name, in his name. I don't want to get an apartment that I know I can't truly afford and only he can afford. Because at any point in time, if he decides he doesn't want anything to do with me anymore, there goes the person who was financing this part of my life. So you have to be very careful about when you guys are negotiating what you're going to do. I know there's some people on social media, not social media, but on YouTube that will tell you like, oh, you should never settle for less than $3,000 or $1,000 or $2,000. Honestly, everything is different. If you know you cannot contribute to a $3,000 worth of time out of your month to help to basically deal with this person, don't go that high. Let's just make it make sense. If you know that you're not going to quit your day job because this income is not, I guess you can say, permanent income, then don't do it. I tell people all the time, take care of yourself first. These guys are going to be here, but they're not your husbands. They're your sugar daddies. This is for fun. A lot of times it's temporary. So you have to be very careful. Do not let money cloud your judgment either. Like, I understand it sounds fun, it looks fun when you see people getting new apartments that their sugar daddy's paying for, or you see them getting cars the sugar daddy supposedly bought, or anything like that, but you really don't know the true story. And a lot of times, because they're coming off big money for you or to have you around, they're going to expect you to keep up and do things for them. So you have to understand that allowance-based arrangements are not that's like the top of the top. Like, once you get to the allowance portion and y'all consistent, like, you're there. But you have to make sure that's what you want to do. And also, don't feel pressured into having an allowance. You don't have to have an allowance if you truly don't want it. You don't want it. And also, I know somebody's probably out there like, why would I not want an allowance? A lot comes with the lifestyle of having that sort of sugar baby, sugar daddy relationship. It's a lot. I'm just going to be real with you from experience. It's a lot. Trust me, it's a lot. That's why I rather have ones that's more so I'm in control, or I have a little control. You know, so I'm going to just put that out there. So I guess the next thing I'll talk about is how to bring up the actual allowance conversation for those girls who may not have the grasp of the conversation starting yet. So when you are with your sugar daddy, and let's say idealistically you should at least have met up with him consistently for at least about a month, you're thinking like, okay, we've been having fun, conversations great, it's pretty much a connection there that I feel like I can be 100% honest with him, because let's be honest, they know why you're there. They're not stupid. They know why you're there. Now, I wouldn't be thirsty and bring up this conversation on the first date. I just think that sometimes it can scare them, especially if they're new to sugaring. Like, it could kind of like dang, like, she just kind of just pushed this on me. I'm not ready for this. And he may be right. He may not truly be ready for this. So I would say give it some time. Now, if they bring it up first, that's different. You have to be ready for the conversation. Because I think a lot of times women get thrown off. We like, dang, like, he really just brought up this conversation. Like, what am I supposed to say? No, you're supposed to know. You have to be prepared for it whenever y'all meet, whether it's for coffee, to go shopping for socks, or after he bought you that Gucci bag and now he's like, okay, I need you to tell me what this is going to be and what it's not. You have to be ready for those conversations as a woman in this lifestyle. So the best thing is to bring it up when you feel the most comfortable, if you feel like y'all have the connection. So that's one thing I would say. Don't wait too long, but give it some time and make sure you fill them out first. Don't bring it up right at the beginning, because it might scare them away. And then also, you need to explain why you want the allowance. Why do you, like I said, you got to know what you want. Explain to them why you want the allowance. Explain to them why this should work for you. This will be better for you. Like, you have to be, that's why I say you got to be on your shit when you have these conversations. You can't just be sitting around and twiddling your thumbs waiting for somebody. Like, you got to know. You got to know exactly, because they're going to look at you and you know what they're going to do. Men with money, a lot of them are lawyers, doctors, business owners. They negotiate all the time. So you have to be just as quick as them. So if you don't know what you want, or you're umming too much, that only lets them know that you don't know. So they're going to try to navigate your allowance and your arrangement. because you're not speaking up and you don't know what you want. When I met my very first sugar daddy, I made that mistake. Even though we're still friends, we're still good today, but I made that mistake. Even though eventually, you know, I started voicing what I needed more and how I move, like, you know, how I, you know, now it's different. But I'm telling y'all, if I was to be on my shit that day, everything would have been done and smooth, and there'd be no questions, no gray areas. It should be none of that. Know that a lot of times when it comes to money, sex is going to come up a lot. If sex topics makes you squeamish, maybe you shouldn't be in this game. I think I get multiple sexual messages a day, and most of them I don't respond to. But not least, closing out this video, I do want to reiterate, please have your own shit. Big sis Brandy is telling y'all, please have your own shit. If you 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, however old you are, please have your own shit. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm so tired of getting DMs from girls thinking I have the magic potion to find a sugar daddy. I'm only giving y'all information from what I have experienced, what I have seen, what I have learned, and even sometimes what, you know, like I've heard. I mean, I know people, like I said, I have a friend who's sugaring. So her situation, so I take her dynamic and put it in my videos because I just seen what she did. Y'all, have your own shit. Have your own shit. Do not expect any of these YouTubers that talk about sugaring to truly have the 100%, I guess you could say like the 100% thinking that whatever we do, y'all can do. No. You can, but everybody's situation is going to be different. So you have to understand that. Like I said, you need to have your own apartment. You need to have your own car. You need to have your shit taken care of. You have kids. Do not put your kids off to the side so you can be a sugar baby. Take care of your shit first. And I'm just being real, because people be about to get kicked out their house and then be writing me like, I need to find somebody, help me find somebody. Honey, you need to be figuring out your situation first. And that's with not even just sugaring, with dating, with life. Get your shit together first. This ain't gonna, this lifestyle is not gonna benefit you if you're not even right. How can you afford to give somebody your time and you about to get kicked out your goddamn apartment or your house? That doesn't even make sense. Or how are you gonna afford to pay somebody to watch your kids to go on the date? You can't bring the kids with you. So what are you gonna do? That's what I'm saying. You gotta have your shit together first before you get into this lifestyle. And a lot of times I feel like people think that allowances are for everybody. Like every sugar daddy is gonna give you an allowance. That's not always true. You could be dating, or not even dating. You could be with a potential sugar daddy, go on dates with him, and then when you bring up an allowance, he's like, no. Unfortunately, that's how some things go. You have to be understanding that it's a gamble. Everything is a gamble in this lifestyle. So you may think you got somebody who's willing. He could be worth $100 million and still not want to give you an allowance. Y'all have to be ready for the unexpected. A lot of y'all are looking at us YouTubers, y'all like, well, if they having success, I can have success. That is true, but you have to understand, you watching me or watching the next girl, everybody's, like I said, stories are different. They're different. Sugaring is not for everybody. So some of y'all that's getting in my DMs and y'all asking me to rate pictures and let me know what you think about this, that, and the third, like, really ask yourself first, am I truly ready for this lifestyle? And a lot of y'all, and I'm gonna make another video on basically like being one in 2021 going into 2022, because it's completely different. The game is completely changed. And a lot of y'all don't have no confidence. Y'all are not confident, and y'all coming in here talking to these men who some of them own Fortune 500 companies. How are y'all gonna be by his side if y'all not even thinking y'all worthy to be by his side? A lot of y'all that's younger, like 18, 19, 20, they get into my DMs asking for help finding a sugar daddy. I honestly just gonna flat out say, you're too young. You're not ready. You're not ready. And a lot of them are gonna play y'all out so bad. Look, trust and believe me when I tell you, you need to wait till a little bit older. You got yourself together a little bit more. And a lot of men like young women, but it's just because they like to manipulate them. Like, they not gonna do nothing with y'all for real. It's just more about seeing if you was gonna lay down with them for a couple dollars. But look, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found it informative. If you guys have not done so already, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so you guys can be notified whenever I post. You guys can follow me on Instagram at _the_Brandy_. And last but not least, if this video a big thumbs up for your girl, and if you guys are new subscribers, welcome to my channel. You guys caught me at a really good time because I'm about to start pushing this content out. And yeah, so go ahead and help a sister out, subscribe, do what you got to do, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.